A huge thank you to the Patreon supporters who are helping the League and YouTube channel. If you would like to become a supporter, please click on the link in the show notes. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. The players are on 7 and Corey's on the play. You can see him lead off with a Ponder and try and get something going here quick. Looks like he found a City of Traders and a Force of Will. And I'm not quite sure what that third card was. But he likes what he saw, I think. And if he does, then he's going to draw. And then pass it back over to Connor. Back over to Connor. Let's see what he has for us in this Ancient Tomb. And we may see a Chalice on 1 or a Lotus Petal. There's a Lotus Petal. And then also a Chalice on 1. Let's see if that's going to affect Corey's game plan or not. He is a pretty heavy cantrip deck. So it may not work out for him. Well, he knew the show and tell was there. So let's see if he has a payoff for it. We have a show and tell. And Connor has a Caracas in his hand as well. We'll see how that plays out. Just pointing out the Chalice on 1, even though obviously the show and tell costs 3. So they're just having a bit of fun here. And flip over. It's a Null Drifter. So a baby Emrakul versus a big Emrakul. So let's see if Connor wants to attack and annihilate 1. And then have Corey just on the crackback annihilate 6. So Connor's giving it a good think here. Maybe I can attack. If he had like a Wasteland and a Strip Mine, he could get rid of the Emrakul. He's trying to decide if he wants to attack or not. If that's really going to make a difference. I don't think it is at this point. He doesn't have quite enough mana to sack enough Eldrazi to get around the Annihilate 6 to work through Corey's board state here. So it's a shame he didn't just drop Lotus Petals and use 1 island or no island at all or some other way to cast a show and tell where the Annihilator 1 would actually make a difference. Connor is just counting how many cards he owns and chooses to scoop it up. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Game number 2, and Connor's on the play this time. Both players keeping 7, leads off on an Eldrazi Temple. So he's got his Ancient Tomb in play, or City of Traders for his Eldrazi. Turn 1 Ponder from Corey, and we'll see Force of Will, Sneak Attack Island. No, sorry, it was Force of Will, City of Traders Island. And he drew the Force of Will. So Corey has a show and tell in hand. Let's see if he can make something out of that. Pass back over. Connor with an Eye of Ugin and an Eldrazi Temple. So some of these spells are not going to cost a lot to do. 1 land puts a Thought-Knot Seer into play. And see a turn 1 show and tell to a Caracas and a Archon of Cruelty. So we'll see what Connor has for us here. He's debating on pitching that Wasteland. Archon in play is pretty good. And it definitely dodges that, dodges the Caracas that he played. Alright, so we're going to see a command for 3 here, putting 3 tokens into play. He's going to sack 1 of the tokens and discard the Wasteland. So able to capitalize on what's happening here. With those 2 Eldrazi spawns, he plays out the Gaia's Cradle, and that's definitely going to net him some additional mana as well. So he, at the moment, if he's casting Eldrazi's, he has 2, 4, 6, 7 total mana for Eldrazi's. This looks like it's going to be a micro spawn sower, I think is what that's called. Let's look and see exactly how we pronounce that. Sowing Microspawn, not Microspawn Sower. Alright, Sowing Microspawn with the kick goes and gets another Eldrazi Temple. And let's see here. We've got that's a Wastegate Battle Mage. He's going to bounce the Archon back to Corey's hand. 2 mana from the Eldrazi, 2 mana from the Eye of Ugin. We'll see a Thought-Knot Seer, and we'll probably see him take Oh, he's going to take the One Ring since he has nothing else going on. That is exiled Corey. If you don't remember, Thought-Knot Seer does crush your hand like that pretty well. And just like that, we see Connor go from having no creatures on the board to a Battlescape, a Thought-Knot Seer, and a Sowing Microspawn. So the turntables have spun. The tables, how the turntable? Yeah, something like that. Not in a great shape here for Corey. No cantrips in hand, even though there's not a Chalice out. He's going to sack that City of Traders just to get some blue mana back into play. And Corey's going to be facing down, looks like a 3/3. That Battle Mage is, I believe, also a 3/3. It's a 2/2. So he's facing down 9 coming across. So it's still a 3-turn clock. He can still pull something together, but he needs to do it fast if he's going to do it. So off the top here, Show and Tell would be great, just so we can get that Archon back into play. Connor has anything left? One more, and he's going to Microspawn again, going after the fetch land. Picks up an Ancient Tomb off the kick, and looks like another Eldrazi Temple. Corey's going to back it up. In game number 3, Corey is on the play on 5. Connor's kept 7. Never a great feeling when that happens, especially against an Eldrazi deck. Much like when they keep 7 on Dredge in Vintage or Countervine in Vintage. You just want to die. And that's more than likely what's going to happen here. Corey's going to fetch. In step, we're going to see a flashed in Disruptor Flute. And I believe that's naming Show and Tell. I don't have that note here in front of me, but it would make the most sense for that to be the named card. So we got a Brainstorm coming out, Sneak Attack, Atraxa, and a Brainstorm again. So a little light on red mana here. But he might be able to... Yeah, he needs a little bit of acceleration here. But other than that, I think he'd be in pretty good shape. So this is also on in-step, I believe, still. So Corey's got a little bit to think about here. I chose not to edit this down because he is trying to work out how this works. I did play against an Eldrazi deck today, and I was on Cloudpost, monitoring Cloudpost. And I think I got turn 2 or turn 3'd by like a Fleshraker just going absolutely bonkers. So it was pretty impressive. I just F6'd and let the guy play his game, or girl play his game. Got a Chalice on 1 now, so that Brainstorm that was in Corey's hand, or still is in Corey's hand, is a dead card. Fodder for Force of Will if he can find it. Alright, so we do have a Sneak Attack. We have no red mana to activate at the moment. In step, we'll see another Disruptor Flute naming Sneak Attack. So we have Show and Tell and Sneak Attack turned off. Show and Tell is not turned off, but it just costs 2 additional mana, so Corey's able to find another Ancient Tomb rather quickly. He'll be in great shape with that Atraxa in his hand. Got a Thought-Knot Seer coming down, that Atraxa will double Atraxa. Probably take the Show and Tell here, just so he can't find another Soul Land and play that Show and Tell. Picks up a Brainstorm. He didn't know that was there, so he is now through that Brainstorm lock that he was under. We got 4 coming across on the Thought-Knot Seer, and it looks like Connor is running away with this one fairly quickly. Got a Brainstorm, Chalice check, and back over to Corey. Did he find anything? He found a One Ring, so he's not too far away from casting that. But 4 more damage coming across. Those Ancient Tombs and Rings do start to hurt when they start ticking. We've got a Lotus Petal. Let's see if we have a Sowing Microspawn. We do not. Draw from Corey. It is some sort of foil-looking tree. I don't know what it is. If he is watching this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you put it in the comments what that is. It does look really cool. Connor's going to read the card. The deck list that I have for Corey for this match doesn't seem to line up with whatever that card is. So hopefully we'll get that explained to us. And if not, most people aren't even watching this long anyway. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, apparently it does do something where he can like exile the top 3 cards of his library or something like that. I don't know what it does though, but it looks really good on camera in foil. So I'm pretty happy with that. In step, we've got an activation of the Eye of Ugin. See what he has in store. More than likely, either a battle mage. That's a battle mage, okay? So he has the battle mage. I thought maybe he'd go for a microspawn just so he could just get rid of these lands. But it doesn't look like he has a... Well, he does have a green mana, actually. He is... All right, there it is. So he's getting a Soy microspawn. And he does have a green mana with the Lotus Petal that he played last turn. So we'll more than likely see an exile of the island, a wasteland from the kick, and that should be lights out for Corey. 4 coming across puts him down to 5, and Corey's got 1 turn to figure it out after this. Double Petal now, and we're going to see that microspawn come out. There's a... Oh, wow, jeez, man, he's just got everything. So... Yavimaya and some kicking action, and we have a double sinkhole / wasteland / everything against Corey's deck. It's about the only way I know how to beat him on lands as well, is just to get rid of all his mana. He did do something with that by exiling 3 cards, and he packs it up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below.